Hello and welcome to a new live stream here from our car truck studio. I really, in the last second, I got my coffee. Have not drunk it in yet. Today we are talking about our Black Friday or our Black Week special that we started right now. And we will also introduce a brand new trick of Mario Lopez. In the intro that I will start right now, I will wash my hands and we'll be back in a second. Faster than expected. Sorry for always showing the like button and all this. There's something wrong with our settings and I have no idea what it is. Sorry for that. But it's a nice reminder. If you like, please leave a like. So nice to see you all. Without further ado, we are talking about something brand new. And if you are expecting the new trick of Mario Lopez, what you might think is the Perro Verde, it's not. It's a coin routine, and actually it fooled a lot of magicians, me included. He sent me the video first. I am very proud to be part of the sources for this effect. Actually, at the moment I'm the very first one having it, and here it is. The Mario Lopez, the challenge. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, baby, I can do it. And here we go. Let's start with the video and have fun with the presentation.
What?
It was crazy. I was trying to contain myself.
He was holding the light here and he was shaking.
Yeah, I was just...
Ah, that's amazing.
Okay.
Whoa.
Put the hand.
Que Mario López, que es mío.
This is really a cool trick, and don't ask me why this like button etc. comes up automatically, but it will remind me to remind you, please like this video, otherwise it will not rank up. It's the YouTube channel, algorithm I have to beat, and it's not that easy. If you're just there and enjoy, is fine, but if you leave a like, you will help me a lot to get this out to many other magicians who might be interested as well. Yeah, today this is a brand new release of Mario Lopez. And first of all, hi everybody, and Joao, thank you so much for changing your decks to the new style, to the Phoenix. And here's the challenge. I really don't know if in the future USPC will be able to provide the same quality as I am used to be. I had to bite the bullet and order the cards from them without the casino quality. I paid for it, certainly, as always. However, USPC changed in a way that they said they don't have anymore the three different levels of quality: cutting, printing, alignment, etc., etc. And now everything would be in the fabulous quality of bicycle cards. And yeah, well, we will find out if the bicycle cards, they say it improved, the quality improved. I have not seen any good bicycle decks afterwards, so I hope I will be surprised positively when I am receiving my latest print from USPC. I got the information, my cards are done, and will now ship over to me to Germany and then also to our US warehouse. So that said, we cannot, or I don't want to call the Phoenix decks that are printed at USPC any further the casino quality, because I don't know, maybe it is, but I cannot and I don't want to. And I will not compare to bicycle in a way that I would say this is supermarket quality, because everything now should be the same. However, it's the finest the Empire can do, therefore they are called Empire's finest. And we'll find out. We will find out. What I did is the following. The Phoenix cards come in two different styles, with the old index that you know from the bicycle decks, and we called them the standard index. And then I created I think it's 6 or 7 years ago already, that I created a new size, and that was a poker size deck. However, with the large index, I called it large index because the indexes are slightly larger. I'll show you. It's this deck, and it appears all much more visible. I don't even have a deck of regular cards with me. Do I? Nope. Everything is completely switched over to the larger cards, to the larger index. And you might not even notice that it's different. However, if you would hold another deck against it, you would now see that something is wrong. The indexes are way more visible than all the other cards that you know. I created this 6 years ago, and now with the new print at USPC, I decided to call the decks in two different ways. The old style, with a small index, will be called the Classic Index, and the new ones will be called the Phoenix Index cards, because they have the larger index that made the Phoenix more and more popular. And once you have chosen the larger one, you don't want to go back. It's definitely, I have seen so many magicians seeing this live, then trying them out, and I had the best feedback. They completely switched over to the larger Phoenix Index. So in case, Joao, you still have the standard index, okay, try at least once the large index or the Phoenix Index. Now the cards with the Classic Index, the smaller one, are further produced at USPC, and I decided to give an alternative printer the chance to produce our Phoenix Index cards. I think the quality is top notch. I call them the new casino quality, and when you have them, and Luis already also confirms these cards are special. He is already someone who got the newest quality. Yes, the card case is a little bit tight. In the future, this will not be the case anymore. Oh, that's a kind of a pun. It will not be the case, but it will be a case, just a little bit larger, and therefore the larger case for the larger indexes. Anyhow, this is really a great quality. Right now, all these cards are coming to our US warehouse, the ones with the Classic Index and the Phoenix Index, so that we are able to ship from there as well. As you know, all the US orders are shipped from our warehouse in California and arrive at your doorstep very, very quickly. Otherwise, we have to ship them from Germany. It can take a few more days. However, it always shows up. Never any problems so far, just that it takes a few more days. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Frank also has filled the new cards, and they are really another leak. I'm very, very happy that we arranged this quality. In March, I found out that USPC would not print my cards anymore because of legal issues, and I had to change some parts in the Phoenix cards, faces on the aces, on the ace of spades, and then the card case design as well. If you see the new version, you might think, where's the change? It's very minor, but it took me a huge amount to go through all the legal issues and arrange the new decks, and I was not able to print the Phoenix cards for a year. I placed the last order for the Phoenix cards last November in the year before, and in March I found out that there were legal issues that needed to be solved. We did it, and now the cards should be ready. I have not seen them yet in my hand, etc. I just got the email the end of last week, and I will find out very, very soon how the quality is. I'm really excited to see the new quality of USPC as well. I already know the quality of the Taiwan cards, so all good. We are back on track and are here for you to provide you the best playing cards in the world, the Phoenix brand. Now, you just saw the new release of Mario Lopez, and this is actually his first own release. It's not through Card Shark, it's not through Murphy's or any other dealer. Mario is trying it on his own, and he selected a handful of Magic dealers around the world. I am one of them, especially because I helped him also with Perro Verde and also with the packaging of this routine, of this effect. It comes with beautiful coins, Chinese coins, a very special gimmick that will fool you a lot. I guess when you know the charming Chinese challenge, then you are familiar with the gimmick, and this is it not. So it will really fool you. And well, Mario says he's not Chinese, neither charming, therefore he's just calling it the challenge. And it's really a nice twist, and it comes in two different routines. One that is only with one visible coin, and so you have a very quick yeah, well, what would I say? A quick approach to be able to perform this effect, and then later you can do the whole routine with the whole amount of coins. But it gives you a nice head start with just one, and performing this one, it's much quicker and really nice. All in all, you would get 1 hour of video tutorial in the typical Mario style. It's very funny to watch, and yeah, it's really, really cool. Now, we are talking about the Black Friday sale, and I hope that this will be the right button. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. So, as you might already have noticed, several Magic dealers, as well as dealers in general, started already the Black. Is it now the Black Month? Why would you start the Black Friday more than a week earlier than normal? Is it necessary? I'm already exhausted seeing all these Black Weeks specials, and therefore I wanted to stay in this realm of just 1 week. And we are finishing the whole Black Week on a Sunday night, so go for it. I would not wait until the last hour just to find out that we have German time zone, and therefore it would already maybe end a few hours earlier than what is on your clock, because we have to make a cut somewhere, and hopefully you are inside this window. Just go now. To be fair, I really wanted to have our new online shop ready for this, because unfortunately our Black Friday sales the last few years was really challenging us, because every order has to be touched manually. All the items have to go into an invoicing system, then packed, and so on and so on. That cannot really challenge us for several days. If not, I think it was 1 or 2 weeks the last time, and therefore it really piled up a lot, and I'm really sorry for that delay. This might happen as well again. Mark, who is helping me, he's also part of our team here. He programmed the new online shop, and I think it's almost done. He said just before the stream, yes, we are done. However, I now have to add all these specials for Black Friday there, even add the new effect, so that the new online shop will match the old one that you might see right now when you go to card-shark.de. It will be a smooth transition. Maybe I will just see for 1 or 2 hours if orders go through, if everything works fine, if there are no errors coming up or any problems, so that I can monitor the transition, and then later will then switch over to the new shop completely. So that will be kind of a challenge, doing it through Black Monday, or the Black Friday, the Black Week, as this is the hardest time of the year. So that would be, if this one survives, then it survives everything else as well. Anyhow, let's start with the following. I will not be able to show you all the subtitles of all the effects. I will not be able to show you the routines or whatsoever. But I can talk through the different decks and through the different offers that we have. And I can promise you that we reduced more than 30 of our products. I think 35 or 40 products in total on our website. And we used this special the Phoenix Special Bird in the top corner on the old shop. I don't know how it will look in the new shop, but there you can easily find all our reduced items. And for 1 week we are really going crazy as a thank you, because without you this year would have been impossible for us. Not being able as a producer of playing cards to get new cards printed, and therefore not being able to release new effects for almost a year was really challenging, and we had to buy back our decks from our wholesalers and dealers so that we would still be able to offer the regular decks to you. As a producer of playing cards, this is mandatory, and therefore being out of print was kind of painful. We are almost there. USPC is ready, Taiwan is ready. Now all we need is getting the cards into our warehouse, and we are good to go. So if you are placing a new order right now, don't go overboard with a high volume of regular cards. They are not discounted anyhow with the Black Friday special or the Black Week special. And therefore, please don't do it now, because otherwise we will be wiped out before the decks, the whole bunch of decks with the ship are arriving in our harbors. Thank you so much. Well, I see from Lewis, is Card Shark in Blackpool 2023? Well, surely we should. Right now we are in discussion, because I was also invited to do a lecture and a show. And it's kind of weird, because instead of treating me like an artist and paying the artist fee, they want to give me a special, like a free table and so on and so on. However, the tables that we are usually using are for 3 people, or for 3 tables, and it's kind of a mess up, and I hope that we will fix it in the next few days. And certainly then I will be in Blackpool, either as just a dealer or as a dealer, lecturer and performer as well. I would love to also perform in the close-up gala. It's a lot of fun. I did it once. I did it recently in France as well, in a theater of 700 seats. That was kind of weird, but with cameras everything was possible. Boris White was translating. This is definitely not happening in Blackpool. So far my English is decent, I would say. And we can go from there. Yeah, anyhow. Hi, this is my latest. Well, this year we will not do any more conventions, nothing special, because this Black Week will now keep me occupied until the end of the year. The preparation of new effects that will soon be released, maybe latest in Blackpool or earlier, we will see, will take off all the time, and getting the new webshop ready, and delete all the small little problems that might occur. I'm pretty sure every single website has these little necks that need to be removed, and this is something that will take some time and my attention. Anyhow, let's start with the discounted products. We discounted something between 30 and 50% on most effects. As far as I can see, we discounted by 50%. I'm really proud of this. And where there is a lot of work involved and preparation involved, then I had to reduce it. Did I really? Damn it, I did not even mention one effect that is reduced as well, and that was our Getchaki. The Getchaki effect is reduced by, I think, 20%, so you can now get it for $60 or 60 euros on our website. And yes, we have them in stock in either Classic Index or Phoenix Index, in the big one. And I recommend getting the bigger one. It makes it all more visible. And while someone mentioned Getchaki was sold out for so long, we always had it on our website. I don't know, we had it. Other than that, right now we have another order in for the dealers, but we first have to produce them for Murphy's so that they can offer it again to the dealers. We have them in stock. If you are looking for this trick, Getchaki, now is the time, now is the week to get Getchaki with 20% discount in either Classic or Phoenix Index. Highly recommended, no doubt. It was trick of the year, the first time when the Magic Cafe started the opinion poll, the yearly opinion poll amongst the magicians who released the best effect in that particular year, and we were the first one winning it. We later won again with another effect, this time with Joshua J, and it was Inferno itself. And believe it or not, even Inferno is reduced. We discounted by, let me guess, by 40% the Inferno. And if you already have it but want to replace your cards or get some refills, we also have the refills on our website, and they are discounted by 30%. So 40% on the Inferno itself or 30% on the Inferno refill. Yes, Getchaki is right now 60 euros or $60, I think, because I think it was the same like that with 75 and 75. So, the Vibrant Edition, the 4 different colors I have here. The orange cards, it's hard to see, but let's do this on the top camera. These are the orange cards, and as you can already see, the cards are not completely white, but are kind of having a grayscale image of the phoenix bird, so that all in all it looks more fully colored, like the what are they called? The blue sauce? No, you know, the ones with a whole color on the backs. Blue crown. Here we go. But this one still has the image of the phoenix on the backs, and we have them in orange, black, purple, and green. And we discounted them by 50%, and not only the single decks. If you go for a dozen of those cards, the price is already discounted by 30% or so, something like this, from the original single price. And on that one you still get 50% off, so that's a no-brainer to get your colored decks now, because this will be something hard to find anywhere else with any other colored deck. So this is US playing card quality, casino quality, and certainly with our Phoenix Index, the larger one, highly recommended. And yeah, these cards are available now with 50% discount. Also, we have this collector's edition where all four colors are included. Also, this one is more reduced and has the 50% off. So hard to beat that one. And we also have this collector's edition with the hologram on the outer box. What is the magical drawer box included, and this one has a 20% discount. It's impossible to give you a 50% discount, but it's still a great offer. I think it's 20, maybe 30. I have to look it up myself. Another effect that I really like is One Night You Can't Stand. It's a little bit raunchy because it's about ladies. You would be able to show, let's go for the white one again. You would be able to show 6 different ladies, different styles, etc. And they're all beautiful. And once one girl is selected and separated from the other cards, it turns out to be more ugly than you might ever expect. So there's an optical illusion built in that is not just an optical illusion, but therefore really a magical appearance of it because you saw this girl in a more beautiful way. I think it's a great trick, and we discounted it by 50%. So if you were on the edge for this effect, now is the time to get it. Another classic that every time I'm showing this at a convention, I'm selling it, is espionage. It's a fantastic effect you should always have with you. It packs small because it's a packet trick. It contains the ESP symbols on our parlor size cards, and you can do kind of a mind, well, I'm not calling it mind reading, I'm calling it mind writing, because you are first putting down a card and then the spectator will try to read your mind, or you are sending your information over to his brain and he will put it down and all the cards will match in the end. And it's a typical form of jazz magic, because you can repeat, or you should repeat this once or twice to the same person. It will fry their brain because they have no idea what's going on. Every time it feels a little bit different. It's a lot of fun, and it's espionage. Timon Krause, a great magician or mentalist from Germany, came up with a different approach, and he tried to stay away from the ESP symbols, and he was writing down different words. Let's say whatever. It could be your phobias, arachnophobia, heights, narrow spaces, etc., etc. And now it totally becomes a kind of a mentalism approach that you would read which phobia would be their biggest fear, whatsoever. You're putting it down, certainly it matches. It could be cities you wanted to visit, and so on, because you can now write whatever you want onto these cards. It's not only 5, but 6 different ones. ESP only has 5. And you get a second set with it, so you can do 2 different versions of it. Or you are using it for an effect that is a bonus effect of Boris Wilde. That is really, really cool, because we treated the cards in a very special way so that you can perform this trick as well. It was on the Boris Wilde Mark Deck project, this effect, and he gave it to us to be added to the espionage point blank. Both of these effects go for 30 euros, $30, and both are discounted by 50%. So if you are still thinking about it, now would be the week where you would get it. Next effect, something we started with. The very, very first decks we ever produced was in 2009 on Phoenix. And it was one of the trick decks that we created back then was not only the mark decks that were very important, but the sum deck. And the sum deck is the abbreviation of set up marked deck. It's a marked deck that is also stacked in a specific order. The first, and it was in cooperation with Martin Lewis. Sad that he already passed away. And Martin released this effect with us as the sum deck. And later, when we reprinted them, I added more information to it. I changed the order to the more and more popular Tamarisk stack, because the one that he used back then was not really a big help, and it was not even necessary. So we changed to the Tamarisk stack, plus I added several features that were not there with the first edition, and I think it's the best marked stack deck that is out there, because it's very visible, however well hidden in plain sight. What is not the same like other decks that the one from Lucia May, maybe you know, I think it's done with the Mandolin or Maiden, where you cannot be too close to a spectator because he immediately will see all the markings on the backs. This one here really survives very well, because I make the markings in a specific way that I first designed the marked deck, and to get to the regular Phoenix deck all I had to do was removing the marking. And when I did the marking, I hid it in a perfect way from the beginning, and did not add it to a final design later on. It was always there at the beginning, and then I arranged the whole design around the marking. Therefore, much more deceiving and well hidden. This one I reduced by 30%. It's only available right now. What I think is even the better one is in the Phoenix Index, the larger one. The Standard Index or Classic Index is sold out, and therefore I'm not even sure if I will have to reprint this one in Classic Index. I think sooner or later you will find out that the Phoenix Index is the way to go. And for all the guys who are on the fence if they want to do it or not, try it at least once, and you might even like to switch back and forth in your work and close-up or whatsoever when you're doing table hopping. People will not notice that you are changing the indexes, that it will be bigger or smaller. They will certainly notice if you go for a red deck or a blue deck. They might not even notice if you are taking out a Phoenix deck out of a bicycle card case or whatsoever. That's totally unimportant, but you will then notice how much better the Phoenix Index, the enlarged index, will work. Boris Wilde is saying that since he's using the large index, Phoenix Index, people don't tend to forget their chosen card. So when they see a card, it will burn into their brain much better, and they will not forget the card later on when it's time for a revelation. Well, and here's the next one, and as we talked about Boris Wilde, it's the pure telepathy. It's a very cool effect of Boris Wilde as well, only produced in the Phoenix Index. And if I'm true, I have to say that it comes with two routines, and the routine that you see in the demo video on the website is only for a single person. It's great. However, I think the other version that you can do with 5 different people is way better, way better. You have 5 people on stage, everybody gets a few cards, everybody is shuffling his cards, looks at one randomly, selects one, shuffles again, everything is collected, shuffled again, and then you're just taking out the bag, show them cards, and every time someone says, yeah, my card was within this bunch of cards, you can eliminate all the other ones and you know which card he selected. It's really, really deceiving. And a very strong effect called pure telepathy. I reduced it by 40% this week. If you don't have it yet, definitely something to consider. Another effect that comes only in Classic Index, but not with the larger one, is Thought and Found by Dani de Ortiz. Well, actually, when I think about it, I might even be able to offer this one with the Phoenix Index. Something I have to find out. And in case we can, then you will also see it on our website that both versions would be available. This one is reduced by 50%. Thought and Found, it's by Dani de Ortiz. Very clever method of a special deck that we produced for him and that we also have anyhow. Very clever. And the next one is the Tame Cards of Tommy Wonder. If you're familiar with the work of Tommy Wonder, he had the Tame Cards not only on his Visions of Wonder, the DVDs, published by L&L Publishing, but also in the Books of Wonder. And it's a fantastic effect. We are providing exactly the cards that he used, with the force deck, with the different kinds of packets that you get with it, so that it's a wildcard effect that makes sense, because an alarm goes off, a card is selected at a specific time, and it suddenly doesn't match the card that he has as a collection from always the same time, and then he tries to let the card change to match his collection. Certainly the cards in the collection will not accept this new one, but will change to the one that the spectator just now selected. And while you hope that you will figure out what's going on at the next table, because it could be done in table hopping, you would have no idea, because the next time you're changing, let's say, the first time from 4 of clubs to Jack of diamonds, the next time you're not doing it again, 4 of clubs to Jack of diamonds. No, this time you will do the Jack of diamonds, changing them to the 7 of spades, and from there the 7 of spades changing to a king of hearts, from there to the 4 of clubs. So you can do this 4 times in a row, and the spectator who is following you has no clue what is going on. It's really, really, really strong, well thought of, and we are providing not only the chapter from the Books of Wonder, but also the video from the Visions of Wonder with a nice interview of Max Maven with Tommy Wonder. So both together gives you all the insights that you would know how to perform this best. You see images in the reading, but also see the video performance, how he does it, and all together gives you the best experience, the best learning experience to finally get this deck, get this trick down. It's really worth it. I was refraining for 2 or 3 years, I think, because usually Card Shark stands for amazingly simple, simply amazing, and Tamed Cards has some slides that you have to be familiar with. However, once you have done them and learned them, it's like, oh my god, that's so simple, that's so cool. It's really a nice effect. Yeah, that's Tamed Cards, 40% off. Vice Versa by Michel Huot. It's a great effect that uses the principle of the invisible deck. It's certainly also a poker deck, and it's a deck that looks like a fancy novelty deck with all kinds of immigration stamps from all different countries around the world. And whatever country is named, this one will be the card that is face down in this pack. It's really baffling, very simple, well done. You can also perform it in different ways because the cards are also marked, what the normal invisible deck is not using at all. But you can keep them all in one direction, and then the feature of an invisible deck is completely disappeared. It works with it works like a normal deck. What is really cool, because the treatment is printed onto the cards, and only if the cards are really back to back where the treatment is, the printed treatment, it really works like an invisible deck treatment. And when it's just on the other side of the cards, it spreads like a normal deck. So it really gives you a lot of options. However, I have to say it's not for the stage, because the writing on the card and the stamp, the immigration stamp, is perfect for close-up for a single person. It's very baffling. You can hand out the card, all good. However, it's not something where you can hold it up on stage like invisible deck, where you have a 5 of hearts selected and you show the 5 of hearts, what is very visible in the big theater. Will not work with the Vice Versa, but it's really, really good. Okay, Frank is saying, yeah, exactly. Frank, I think you really are performing the Tamed Cards already for a long time. And yeah, so the cool thing is really that you can go through 4 different setups, and if you are doing it once, twice, or even 3 times in table hopping, they have no idea what is going on. The cool thing is, when he performs it, you see it on the video, he has kind of an alarm going off of his watch. What is a huge device, and Auke van Dokkum from Netherlands, who already passed away as well, he wanted to give me some of these devices that were really huge, just a sound module, everything wasn't really electronics, or the very first version of it from the 70s or 80s, really clunky. And luckily I was allowed to find a better way. I first found an app where the app developer was adding this beep sound of the watch to it. Later he removed his app from the App Store, and Rainer Mees from Paralabs developed a new one. If you want to try it out, it's free. If it's in the App Store, if you want to find it out, just go to and search Wonder Timer. Wonder Timer. It has a green background, you will find it. It's my gift to you, it's a free one, and you can set up a certain delay, then you start it, and after a certain delay of, I don't know, 6 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, the alarm goes off. You can look at your watch, what is totally crazy on an Apple Watch, having this beep, and then you can start this routine. It's all included, free of charge, and the Tamed Cards comes with 40% off. Oh my god, this one is now, the list is long, and we can do it for many more minutes, but I will try to dense it down a little bit. We have Canned Surprise. It was formerly the Pineapple Surprise, but I thought Pineapple Surprise would give away the secret too early. You certainly have a canned food in front of you. The label is removed, come up with different ideas like leftovers from the lockdown whatsoever, and you have a deck of cards where you have written down different kinds of foods like cat food, dog food, black beans, and so on and so on. And the spectator will be able to name any playing card, and whatever is written on the back of this playing card hopefully is inside the tin can. And certainly it is, or it is not. And then you have a nice surprise. We are giving you this alternative as well, that you finally will still win, even if there's inside, I don't know, corn or peas or whatever. It really works nice. This one is called Can Surprise, 50% off, as well as all the Daredevil decks. We have the Daredevil decks in 3 different styles. In poker size with the classic smaller index and the larger Phoenix index, but also for stage the parlor size. Great deck, great quality. It's the biggest marking you can ever get. The routine of Henry Evans is awesome, but it's also giving you a new opportunity in case you have trouble with your eyesight and will not be able to see anymore the markings of a playing card. This deck, I promise, you will be able to see without being too suspicious, because it's huge. However, you won't believe it stays unnoticed in certain circumstances. I have seen magicians performing this in close-up with a different trick, and all the markings were there, nobody really noticed. And once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. So if you're pushing someone, can you see something here? Certainly they will. But if you're just using this deck as a normal one, it will be unnoticed completely. This one, 50% off. The next 2 effects are Warped in Space and the Polish Poker. Both are great routines. The Warped in Space is kind of overlooked a little bit because it has a very long performance video, and I heard that the demo videos for the online shops should be much shorter and already show the kind of effect in the first 10 seconds, because the attention span of customers is so short that a video longer than when you give the secret what is going on there, after 10 seconds you lost them already. Something that blows my mind. I cannot imagine that this is true, but it seemingly is true. So this is one longer video, the full performance. You see how he sets it up, how he performs the card warp in the end, and then does this impossible object right under the nose of a spectator with a signature on, and part of the playing card that he has torn, etc., is turning inside out. It's so amazing. It's a great souvenir as a giveaway with his signature on. They will talk about this. You can put it on a stand if you like. It's really strong. I can highly recommend it if you have not been interested in it yet. Give it a go. 40% off. Definitely worth it. Polish Poker started as a packet trick, actually, and with this packet trick you could show any poker hand that a spectator could think of. If it's a 2 of a kind, or a full house, or 4 of a kind, or royal flush, etc., all you're able to show with 5 cards that hand that the spectator named. However, the cool thing is I found a very great handling by Patrick Kurota from Belgium, where you can seemingly let the spectator choose any 5 cards from a deck, and you remove these 5 cards, and then after that he already selected the 5 cards, then he can choose which hand this should have been. It's so mind-blowing. This switch is awesome. You can use it for many other effects, for 5 cards, 3 cards, it doesn't matter. It's a great, it's SATA, S-A-T-A, Stop at the Aces trick called, from Patrick Kurota. Highly recommended. It's part of the Polish Poker presentation. Let's go through several others. The Trojan deck, I was able to provide these cards to Vanishing Ink. The effect is awesome. I'm the only one who also produced the cards not only in standard index, classic index, but also in the larger Phoenix index. If you're already a friend of the Phoenix index, give it a go. Trojan deck, 30% discount. The Inkblot cards, let's go through a little bit more. The Inkblot cards, Mental Marriage, the blindside deck and the alphabet deck, all 50% off. These are great effects. Mental Marriage was one of the first I ever released in Phoenix together with David Solomon. It's a mind-baffling idea as well, where you have the 4 queens, the 4 kings, and whatever the spectator selects, these 2 cards will match. It doesn't matter, the King of Hearts will find the Queen of Hearts, the King of Clubs will find the Queen of Clubs. It's really mind-boggling, it always works. The Magic Squared from Andy Gladman from Vanishing Ink. It's a very interesting idea for the Magic Square, where playing cards are used that already consist of numbers. And there's a nice twist at the end, literally a twist, because you are turning the Magic Square upside down and it still matches. What is really, really cool, such a great idea, mathematical approach, and only 2 values or so, or 4 values exist in total. Really, really cool. Andy put this all in, and yeah, I was able to print the cards. Most of them, unfortunately, were lost in the warehouse fire in 2017, but we still have a few of them. Highly recommended. Aaron Fisher released Panic and Machine many years ago in Bicycle, at the time when Bicycle was still allowing having the back designs printed in a fashion like overlaps, etc. Then they changed it that all these cards would only be able to be printed in Mandolin or Maiden. And when I reprinted the cards for Aaron Fisher, I asked him also if I could do them in Phoenix, and therefore you can get Panic and Machine in Phoenix. It's in standard index and classic index, sure, but it's definitely worth it, and we can give you on both of these effects 40% off. The Stand-Up Monty of Garrett Thomas is a great routine. I think it's the best Monty effect that exists from Garrett Thomas, and he released it in with Cosmo together, Cosmo Magic, in Bicycle, or is it now Mandolin, I think. And we were allowed to do them in parlor size and in larger index Phoenix. So we have those 2 as an alternative in case you want to go for the more visible version. You can either get the cards with a 30% discount as a whole trick, but also as a refill. Both is possible, 30% off. Factory Blanks, an awesome deck where seemingly a blank deck it's dual reality. It's like the 100th Monkey. The person up close will notice something on the cards, while the audience, the rest, will not see anything. It's for them, it's just a blank deck. So when a card is selected, you will think he's making up a card in his mind. However, he's seeing a card while the others can't. And so you can do either force a card or select one and then find out which one he selected. It's a very mind-baffling idea, and it works pretty well. We can give this with 40% off. Paradigm Shift, Christoph Bora, the same guy with Get Sharky, Trick of the Year, you remember. He did a great idea. It's not a book test, but it contains 2 books. One is Everything That Men Know About Women, and Everything That Women Know About Men. Certainly the men know nothing about the women, stereotypes, so this deck, this book is blank. However, when a lady selects one page and remembers the page, this page then disappears from her book and shows up as the only printed page in the other one. It's really, really cool, and the nice thing is that this book then can even be handed out. You sign it maybe and hand it out to the spectator as a souvenir. You can do it, you don't have to, but you can also get these books as a refill for a reasonable price. This Paradigm Shift is 40% off. Oh my god, the list goes on and on and on, but I think, well, let me just name a few. The Destiny decks, one of our best decks we ever created, definitely. I don't know why, because it's a lot of preparation. I discounted by 30%. The Mind Power Traveler set is available now again in the Phoenix Index, the larger one, and I reduced the whole set of the Mind Power Travelers and the Mind Power deck by 40%. That means it now costs only $1 for the Mind Power deck. What usually is a $35 or $40 deck, now it's $1. in total. I'm crazy, but it's only for 1 week. Then I hope I will wake up again and we are all fine again. Now, Traveling Kiss, 40% off. One Card Collector, 50% off. It gives you all the hints, all the teaching, how the one-way principle of the Phoenix cards works. It's not only on the backs, but also on the faces. If you have not noticed yet, go to releasethepower.com, release-the-power.com. It will give you all the secrets about the Phoenix deck and also the one-way design. And Stephen Drell created a complete DVD, you can also watch it online, about how to learn the one-way principle and how to use it in many tricks. It's definitely worth it. 50% off. Delicious Ambitious and One Card Collector using the Science Friction spray is 50% off as well as the homing card. If you're familiar with the homing card, parlor size, great for stage. I just did it at a gig in a theater. It's so much fun to do. It's not that difficult. And Thought of Card Across is 40% off. I heard that it's out of print or out of stock. It was never. We had it. So you can get Thought of Card Across from Morgan and West from us. Definitely worth it. It certainly comes with the larger Phoenix indexes. 40% off, and Triple Coincidence as well. Triple Coincidence comes in different styles, like the Classic Index, Phoenix Index, and I think even in parlor size. I think so, yeah. So in 3 different types, and you can get there a 40% discount as well. So all in all, I think we did a great offer for the Black Week, and I hope you enjoyed the quick overview of all the different tricks we have. You certainly can go to our website, card-shark.de, see there all the offers. You will see a small little the Phoenix bird saying Phoenix Special besides every single trick, so that you will immediately know, aha, that's one of those discounted items. And go from there. I am happy to help you when you have any more questions. Please leave it here in the chat, or later when you see this in a later time. Tell me a comment down there. I will read it. Maybe I will take down this video after the 1 week, because it doesn't really make sense to have it online after the Black Week next week. And yeah, that's it so far. I hope you like what we put into the Black Week special. It's a lot. And yeah, that's it for this week. Now I have to be busy again to get the new online shop up and running with the discounts, etc., etc. And you might be able to then see the shop in the next few days working as well when you go to card-shark.de, searching for our Black Friday, Black Week specials. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this time here. And everybody, thank you so much. Thank you from my heart for supporting me during the last year. It was not easy. It was a nice struggle. However, I know for whom I'm doing this. And it's so much fun seeing you live at the convention, at the road shows, at other events, at workshops, etc., etc., and then also here in the YouTube streams. I can only see you and communicate here with you in the online chat, but at least it's something. Thank you so much. Enjoy this week. Don't eat too much on Thanksgiving, and don't start a fight with your family. Just enjoy the time. Be thankful for everything, and see you next Monday. Adios. Bye bye.